Weirdest fan interaction you've had?
Someone, I used to live in like a student area, and someone used to say good night to me every single night outside my window.
What?
They used to say good night, Isaac. Didn't know who he was.
Paint the picture for me. Yeah, I'm a visual learner, so
I'd be in bed.
I'm trying to imagine it. But
I'd be in bed.
You're in bed.
Yeah.
You got a window.
Got a window.
Are you second floor? Like, where are you?
I was second floor.
Second floor. You're.
I don't know how we knew what bed I was in, but.
So you said that you started doing TikTok in. Was it lockdown? Just before lockdown?
Yeah.
What was the first TikTok you uploaded? What made you go, right, I'm not going to do... Well, I know what made you do it, but what gave you the idea? What was the thing?
Well, someone just... We all knew lockdown was going to happen. Like, there was rumours about it being locked down, and then one of my friends, she was just like, oh, you should... TikTok is blowing up at the minute. Mm-hmm. And I think there was this guy called JaackMaate, who was like... He's very, like, old school TikToker, but he was like one of the first ever like comedy people that wasn't like dancing in the UK.
Right.
And she was like, oh, like you should do some like videos and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, I think I might try it when I don't have nothing to do. And then I was at like a comedy gig, and all the comedians are like, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna do like Zoom gigs? Like when you can't do stand up, like what are you gonna do? And I told all these comedians, like, I'm gonna do TikTok. I'm gonna make TikTok videos, and they all laughed at me because like they all thought it was like a little kids app, you know, like a dancing app.
Yeah.
But like, at the end of the day, like now it's like every comedian, every business, they're all using it to like boost themselves, you know. But then I just started making videos like that.
And how quickly did it was it until it sort of?
It happened like it took a few months.
Is that all?
I think so. Yeah, it took like a few months. But I started like just trying to copy trends and stuff. But then I just realized that. When like Nicholas 2, do you remember him? Like King Ian Moore and all the 2020 people, I realised there's like loads of like drama and stuff like that. And there's like loads of like, everyone's like, it was like this weird lore in like drama. They're all beefing each other. So I thought it would be, and this was at the same time where people would comment on TikToks and you could reply to comments.
Yeah.
And that was like a new feature, but everyone was using that to like seriously reply to comments. But what I do is I deliberately say something that would cause people to comment hate messages in the comments. And then I'd reply to the hate comments being like reacting to it in like a sort of like weird way. Like I'm like annoyed I'm being bullied, but I didn't really care.
Yeah.
And like everyone thought it was real. And then like it sort of built up from there where everyone just thought I was like really pissed off at all these hate comments. People saying that they saw me farting in Audi or like stuff like that. Or like I saw you crying in the reduced aisle in Tesco and stuff like that. And I'd reply to it, I wasn't like, what the fuck, I don't even go to Tesco. I go to M&S. Like I'll say shit like that. And like people generally thought that I was real.
Right.
And I just built it from there. Yeah. I just like built it from there. Yeah.
So was this because it's I think that's why I was sort of fascinated by you, because I couldn't work. I knew that wasn't somebody being real, but I was like, is he actually like that or not? And when did I first meet you at the football tournament in the summer? Had I met you before then? I can't actually remember.
Yeah, I met you at the football thing. Yeah.
It was at the football thing.
Andy's Man Club. Yeah.
Yeah, but I was actually well surprised at how normal you are. Today's changed that.
Yeah. Like I can be normal. I can switch it on. Like you know.
Did you already have that kind of character before you?
I think so. Yeah. Like I've always been like weird. Like kids would always knock on my door and get me out to be weird. They'd always make me do weird things. And
would they?
Like you're performing though.
It's bullying.
Yeah, but then if I
bullying?
got me friends. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know what it was. People get me out and they throw me about and but I was weird. Yeah, like there was this kid, like he got me out, like he knocked on my door, got me out, and then he just like threw me like on my street. But like I don't know. But like it got me in with the crew, you know. Like I've always been like that, kind of strange, like with that kind of.
Are you the character on stage?
I'm like half and half. Like I think I am half and half still today. Like
right.
Obviously I exaggerate things like to an extreme level, you know.
But like, how can I put this in a nice way? Like, you know, like, but like I think you're smarter. You're smarter than the average person, aren't you? You're smarter than me and Stevie.
What the fuck? What? How?
What's this got to do with anything?
No. Because,
I'm confused where you're going.
Can I try and explain this without like I'm not sitting here pretending to be a fucking therapist and knowing the situation, right? But I think like you really understand humour and comedy
in some ways, yeah.
But you're acting like you're that kid that people just like push about and make
No,
fun
yeah,
of.
like,
But I think you understand it on a higher level.
Yeah, I do. I like comedy. Yeah, I've always loved it.
Right.
I had it on the videos and stuff.
Yeah, because I do you know what I mean? I think Isaac's going like, oh yeah, the kids would knock on the door and I'd be the weird kid. But
like-
I think he's playing. He's. I don't think it's fine to bully anyone, right? Especially not the weird kid at school. But sometimes you get the weird kids who perhaps aren't as like
it was a survival method.
Socially aware of stuff.
Yeah.
Whereas I think you're socially. What do you say?
I think in Thetford, like you have to be funny or you can fight. Like there's like two ways of being. Like you can be really funny and safe with everyone, or like if you're fucking tough, no one's gonna fuck with you.
Yeah.
And like there was like a lot of that there. Like you know, like my best mate was a fighter, and like. But he'd always just get beaten up, and I'd like be in the middle of it trying to like we'd be like walking down the street, and then always people like crowd around us. He'd just get fucking knocked out, like because he just like said shit about everyone. Like. It was so like dreadful.
What are you doing there?
Huh?
What are you doing when he's just getting knocked out?
Well, I couldn't. Wait, one of these people was like, I put like Loki, a professional boxer. Like, I could not join in.
No, I'm not saying you had to join in. I'm just saying you just watching.
Well, yeah, we just like,
Again.
but like, it's just I couldn't do anything about it. Like, he was my mate though. I grew up with him. He's like my best mate. He just always got knocked out though. He didn't always get knocked out. Sometimes I don't know. I don't think he ever won. But like, I don't know. He liked to give it a go.
He's right though. Thetford is like the hierarchy there is you have to be able to fight or be a.
So there are some good fighters there.
Yeah, there are. Yeah.
I remember because I like live near like. Which is where a lot of your family live, innit? Yeah. So like my nan lives there, and like so I'd be there quite a lot, and like. Yeah, I mean, like, that's the first time I ever saw like a 10-year-old get just knocked out, like just like fucking sparked out.
I hadn't even considered what age we were talking about here, and now thinking it's a 10-year-old getting knocked out.
But like when I was like 10, like I was friends with like 17-year-olds.
Yeah.
Like I was just like I'd sort of walk around the streets, and they would like take me to other towns. My mum didn't even know.
Really? And what are you doing in other towns?
Don't know, smoking cigarettes and stuff. like I remember they would give me cigarettes, and like I'd like go to skate parks with them and stuff. And I had a skateboard, and that sort of got me in with them. But then like I was like 10 years old, I was texting like a 17-year-old being like,
fucking hell.
Being like, are you out? And I remember I didn't see him like around for ages. Like and I was like, oh sorry mate, I remember sending him a text. I was like, sorry mate, I ain't been out in ages. He was like, it's fine. And he was like, looking back at it, like it was pretty crazy. But they just all called me Little Man. Like it was just like
Did they?
I just had a bit of a nickname. They called me Little Man. It was just like a rogue little kid that would just sort of hang out with them.
Have you ever heard? I think maybe this guy had moved to Norwich by this point. But have you ever heard of a deaf man called?
No.
We'll bleep his name. I think I've said it before actually.
Okay, in Thetford or Norwich.
So he used to live in Thetford, but then he moved to Norwich.
A deaf man.
Yeah. So he was a guy. I've told this before on the pod, haven't I? Maybe.
You've spoken about him.
I've spoken about him on the pod. He when I was like 14, 15 at school, he was a guy that we found in a bush in a park. And he was watching us play football.
What the fuck?
We started to speak to him. He was deaf, so he'd communicate through notepad and stuff. And we became his friend like over like the course of like a summer.
Yeah.
And like we've tried to like dive into this a lot about is he a predator? Is he not really?
Well,
I don't think he is. I think he's.
He might have been a bit like. He might have had something going on.
Yeah, I think he was a bit like slowly.
We went in his house that time before going on a night out, and he had a One Direction DVD.
Yeah, but he obviously can't hear the music, so you're just watching the boys perform. But like he
did he ever like touch the speakers for the vibrations or?
I don't know.
Because you see that, don't you? They
yeah. I never saw it, but like he would buy us booze before we were old enough to.
Yeah, now it's getting weird.
Yeah. And then like one Christmas he just bought us all brand new iPhones, and then it's weird. But my cousin already had one, so he got
all of you.
Yeah, and it was like 6 of us. Anyway, so
Not me.
Yeah, so he
you were too ugly. You were too sweaty and ugly.
If only you knew.
he had a different kind of nonce, but
oh, sorry, fucking hell. Oh man, this is bad.
No, it's good. It's fine.
It's good. It's good. No, it's good.
We actively encourage this.
We do. It's okay.
No, bad.
Anyway, so this fella, I told my cousin about this.
Yeah.
Zach's older brother, who I'm very close to, and he was like, "Oh yeah, he used to live in Thetford," and I didn't know because I was separated from my family over there.
Yeah.
And he had taken my older generation of cousins and done all that for them.
What the fuck?
So then I tell my dad one day,
yeah,
because this guy's about 70,
yeah,
and my dad goes, "Oh, I think I know this guy. And he goes, is he a carpenter? So I go back to and go, were you what did you used to do in Thetford? And he said, I was a carpenter.
Yeah.
He used to take my dad swimming.
Oh, fucking
So he's taking out all of the young kids. And I just thought he might have taken you out. But I think you might have missed him because you
I think I dodged him.
yeah, he dodged a bullet there. Dodged a bullet. Wow, right. Let's move on.
That is
We move on
crazy.
from that.
That is crazy, generational. But at one point, was he the same age as your dad? No, your dad ain't 70. is he?
My dad's quite young. My dad's 50.
Okay,
Yeah.
so he'd still be well old. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
so he was probably, when my dad was probably like 15,
He'd been like-
age of 35.
Yeah.
That is mental.
Yeah, but never ever touched a single sort of hair on my body
Good.
Oh.
because I'm shaved. He's wanked me off. Since doing TikTok, Isaac, how's your life changed?
Yeah, it's just changing it. Like, you know, it's good. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels good to be like doing something creative at least. You know, for a job.
Do you like getting recognised and stuff, or is it a bit overpowering?
I used to quite like it.
Yeah.
At first, when it first happens, it's like a buzz, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it is fun. I like talking to people. It's a nice way to meet people, especially when you're in another country or something.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I don't know, like you can sort of sit at a pub on your own and like you can just sort of have a chat with people. And like, I always like it when people talk about the documentaries or something, because then like you can have like, it's just like a conversation about something
Yeah.
a bit longer than just like TikToks and stuff.
Right.
But like, I don't know, like I quite enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like I've definitely met people that love going to the club and like living it up and like getting recognised and stuff. Like,
Is that not you?
no, I don't like going to the clubs anymore.
Right.
Like, not that I don't know. I don't mind. I like drum and bass clubs. I like going to drum and bass nights and stuff
Okay.
like that. That's my favourite thing.
But when people come up to you, because you play a bit of a character on TikTok,
Yeah.
do people treat you as such in terms of like, I'll do the funny voice or do the character?
Yeah. Sometimes.
And how do you react?
Sometimes I do it. Sometimes I don't.
Right.
Depends. You know.
How you feeling?
Yeah.
What
yeah.
is it? What's the
In
most...
Brighton though, it doesn't really like Brighton. Everyone's sort of used to seeing me a little bit.
Yeah.
But then when I went to Ireland and I went into like Weatherspoons, and it was like everyone was like, people kept being like, "Hey Isaac, like when you next in Dublin, you can stay at my house." Like, that's a bad accent, but like they were like asking me to like stay at their house and stuff. Like,
That's quite
it was
nice.
yeah, but like yeah, it was nice. Yeah, well, like I'm not gonna do it, but like I'm gonna get an Airbnb. I'm not gonna be like, "Oh, hey Dan, 2 years ago."
What's the weirdest fan interaction you've had?
Someone, I used to live in like a student area, and someone used to say good night to me every single night outside my window.
What?
They used to say good night, Isaac. Didn't know who he was. I met him eventually. He was pretty sound, but like
What?
How long was he doing it for?
just like a month and a bit, or like a few months. Like,
What, every single night?
not every night, but quite a lot. Like I'd walk
So
past.
paint the picture for me. Yeah, I'm a visual learner. So I'm
I'd
not.
be in
I'm
bed.
trying to imagine it. But
Well, I'd be in bed.
you're in bed.
Yeah,
You got a window.
got a window.
Are you 2nd floor? Like, where are you?
I was second floor.
Second floor. You're.
I don't know how he knew what bed I was in, but he walked past. He'd walk past and go, "Good night, Isaac."
Oh, so it's kind of like maybe he's walking home from a late
Yeah.
shift or something.
Like he'd walk home.
Okay, that makes sense.
It's not just stood outside going, "Good night, Isaac."
No, he'll just walk past and say it.
So when you finally met this guy, did you?
Oh, he was well all right.
But did he go? "I'm the one who says goodnight to you every night."
Yeah, he said that, yeah.
How did he know what room you're in?
He used to think he saw me go into the house. He'd just see me go into the house and then he'd say goodnight to me.
That's weird.
Yeah. But I don't know, like weirdest fan interactions.
That is
That
up there. That's up
is
there,
it?
mate. Yeah.
So weird.
Okay.